dinosaurs. The mere mention sends the mind racing.
Crazy, massive creatures that roam the earth and basically took crap from nobody.
They are that sort of rogue element in the game.
That whole idea of, kind of surviving while you're being hunted.
To fight dinosaurs viciously, intimately, hand to hand, hand to teeth, kill or be eaten. This is the foundation of Turok. It is a name that has become synonymous with dinosaurs, video games, and the first-person shooter. It is a saga that reaches back to a more primitive time. And although there are elements of familiarity in the tale, our story starts here in Vancouver, British Columbia, at game development studio Propaganda Games, the birthplace of the new Turok. With the franchise off the radar for more than 5 years, Touchstone had some big expectations to fill if they hoped to recapture the golden age of Turok. By acquiring Propaganda Games, they felt up to the challenge. Not only would the talented team at Propaganda reimagine the story for today's audiences, they'd also worked to build a game that stood out and competed in the overcrowded first-person shooter genre.
We heard a rumor, somewhere out there that they were in the works of acquiring the Turok license for a new game. And that just sort of got us all thinking of all these cool ideas, things that we could do with Turok.
Hey, who's the new guy? I like his hair.
Hey,
Dude looks older.
your name's Turok, right? I know all about you.
Turok is very much a reimagining of the Turok franchise. When we looked at it and said, what does this franchise mean for next-gen gaming, to update it to what the first-person shooter player wants these days, but to still keep the heart and soul of what the franchise is intact.
The cost of entry in that genre is huge. It was something that we entered into with a bit of trepidation. We really looked at all of the shooters that were out there and tried to take sort of best in breed as far as what the cost of entry stuff was and tried to sort of match ourselves against each of those and then bring things that were totally new to the genre. We did bring a lot of those third-person moments into the game, which I think really sort of separates it from other shooters that are out there.
Over the years, first-person shooters have tried every conceivable adversarial gimmick, but in the end, it has always been simply player versus enemy. Turok, however, puts a unique twist on the genre by introducing a third, indifferent party into the fray. The most imposing of them all would have to be
the T-Rex. It's the biggest, it's the baddest. It's probably the scariest dino in the game.
And it's big, it's imposing, it's scary. Just about everybody's first reaction is kind of fun, and a lot of times people just turn in the game and run away.
In order to take down these behemoths, gamers are going to need a vast arsenal of cutting-edge weapons. But is that enough?
The primal weapons in the game, the bow and the knife, are totally the best part.
With the addition of an original soundscape, a cinematic musical score, and a first-rate cast of actors, the new Turok is born.
I guess we can skip the usual training BS.
There was a lot of interest when we started pitching the story and sharing the script around.
It's a pleasure to do things that are smart and well written. Sort of takes your game up a couple of notches.
From an initial pitch to Turok's concept art, to the game's programming, and then product testing, we'll investigate every aspect of development. Stay tuned for more of Awakening the Giants, the making of Turok.